Good day, my erudite professors, my honorable colleagues. This is the video for our paper titled Impact of Laxity in Igbo Language Use by the Students and the Elites in Igbo Land, Effect and Psychotherapy by Dr. Mrs. Nneka Eze and Dr. Mrs. Nwakego Wiwe. Igbo language is the language of the tribe called Igbo. It is their identity which their life and culture is embedded on. The impact of Western education has really brought a setback to the language in diverse ways, to the extent that it is currently struggling with extinction. It is now assumed or seen as the language of the illiterates, and so children, students, elites, and adults avoid using the language. Negligence of this language has brought about confusion, disunity, and poverty to this tribe, because one's negligence of his or her lineage or origin is equal to death. The study was assessed on educational, economical, political, and social aspects. The study was conducted in southeastern Nigeria. The study adopted a combination of causal, comparative, and descriptive survey design. A total of 500 students drawn from the 5 states of the southeastern geopolitical zone constituted the sample for this study. Data were collected using laxity in Igbo language impact assessment scale. Data collected with the instrument were analyzed descriptively using mean and standard deviation. Summary of results reveals that there is laxity in Igbo language used by the students and elites in Igbo land. Based on the findings, the researchers made recommendations on affirmative procedures for addressing the issues of laxity in Igbo language. Language is an indispensable means of communication and veritable tool of socio-economic mobility in every society. Eze 2011 opines that language is a means of communication used by certain groups of people to express their thoughts and feelings, adding that a language is a particular kind of system for encoding and decoding information. Igbo language, as one of the 3 major Nigerian indigenous languages, is the language of communication in Igbo land. Igbo, as the name goes, is embedded in all that pertains to the Igbo people. Hence, the name of their language is their name. The objectives of the study. The main objective of this study is to determine the impact of laxity in Igbo language use by the students and the elites in Igbo land. Impact and psychotherapy. Specifically, the study evaluates impact of laxity in Igbo language by the students and the elites on education, on economic matters, on politics, on social activities. The following research questions guided this study. What is the impact of laxity in Igbo language by the students and the elites on education, economic matters, politics, and social activities? The methodology. This study employed a combination of a causal, comparative, ex post facto design and a simple survey design. The causal, comparative, or ex post facto design is the type of design which seeks to establish cause-effect relationship without employing control over the variables of interest which are non-manipulable. The researchers linked some already existing effect or observation to the variable in this study as causative agents. The survey approach involved studying, collecting, and analyzing data from only a few people, items, reports, or other indices considered necessary in assessing the extent of laxity in Igbo language use by the students and the elites in Igbo land. Each its effect, and psychotherapy. The study was conducted within southeastern Nigeria. Data were collected on effect of laxity in Igbo language use by the students and the elites in Igbo land. Impact assessment scale. This instrument is a 30 items Likert type scale comprising of 4 sessions. Session A, items 1 to 6, addressed the educational aspect of impact. Section B, items 7 to 13, addressed economic impact. Section C, items 14 to 23, addressed political impact, while Section D, items 24 to 30, addressed impact on social aspects. Sample for the study was drawn through stratified random sampling technique across the 5 eastern states of Nigeria that are predominantly Igbo. A total of 500 students were drawn, 100 from each state for the study. Data for this study were analyzed quantitatively using mean and standard deviation. Discussion of results. Results of data analysis presented in tables 1 to 4 reveal that the laxity in Igbo language used by the students and the elites in the Igbo land impact is to a very great extent. A cursory look at the various clusters revealed that educational impact of the laxity in Igbo language use is affecting the whole system in Igbo language education. Ohiri and Inche, 2010, assessed that negligence of Igbo language by the Igbo indigenous will bring about language endangerment. The conclusion. English language is the lingua franca in Nigeria, quite agreed. But then, an Igbo adage says, Izukamma na Nneji. Meanwhile, no matter how wealthy or educated one is, if one loses his or her origin or identity, such is nothing but a vagrant child or person. We can develop Igbo language to compete English language, since all of them are languages. As such, no superiority in anyone. The Hausa language has prevailed. Their elites made it possible by translating all the senior secondary science textbooks into Hausa language to simplify it and be proud of this. We can. The major point is for me and you to change our negative orientation about Igbo language. Therefore, the psychotherapy, which can be as well called talk therapy, that can help to revolutionalize their wrong assertion of their mother tongue or indigenous language, to avoid it being endangered in future as it is being threatened. Recommendation. It is recommended that the Igbo language should be encouraged by both parents, teachers, and government to make sure that it is not being endangered against foreign language in our country. Parents should allow or encourage their children to use Igbo language at home, church, marketplaces, and school. Thank you.